Good morning. Happy Wednesday. Happy day off to me. I'm so excited and I just can't hide it. Oh, no, 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 no. I'm about to lose control and I think I like it. Oh, yeah. I did Penny's hair last night. It's so flippin' cute. I don't think she's seen it yet, though. Well, mostly because she refuses to look in a mirror. I don't know. I think she thinks the mirror will steal her soul. I'm not really sure. But she has pigtails. Penelope, can you look up at Oh my gosh. I think I'm going to try to groom her today. She is looking a hot mess. I used to take her to the groomer. Someone asked me about this yesterday. I used to take her, but oh, she struggles with the most anxiety of any dog. And I just hate leaving her there. And also, you risk kennel cough. I mean, my friend took her dog to the flippin' vet. And up to date on all vaccines, just like she is. And the dog ended up with kennel cough. So, yeah, I'd just rather do it myself. I mean, and when I first do it, she do be looking good. Now, does she look professional grade? No, I'm not that good. But she looks decent, you know. So I think I'm gonna try to, that's gonna be one of my tasks that I do today. I was thinking about going shopping, but my dad said that my sister's coming down Saturday. So I'm just gonna hold off on the shopping until she comes, and I'll go with her because we're gonna go to that new store we found. I'm very excited about that. I mean, I do want to go to an antique store though. so maybe I could just make a quick jaunt over to the antique store, right? Before I trim her. Because once I trim her, I'm gonna be covered with little tiny penny hairs. Well, alrighty then. Mitzi commented on my video yesterday about me being awkward and mentioned that she would turn red and run away because Mitzi is awkward as well. I mean, yeah, I guess maybe I'm using the term awkward wrong, but you know, we get embarrassed, and I am the world's worst for saying stuff that turns into something else. I don't think ahead of time. I don't think out all the responses before I say stuff. So when I say stuff and then someone says something back to me, anyway, so here's the story about a man named Jed. A poor mountaineer barely kept his family fed. No, not that story. Okay, so when I worked in the warrant division, we called it the wall. Not like the brick wall, but the wall. It was a wall of shelves. And it started at countertop height and went to the ceiling on both sides of the room. That's where we kept all of our files with active warrants. There's a lot. I mean, but you can imagine almost 800,000 people in this county, and however many millions in the state and surrounding states that we have warrants on. It's harder to track down people than you would think. Yeah. Because not everyone puts in a change of address when they move. Not everyone puts the correct address on their driver's license. Yeah. So I was on the ladder because, as I mentioned, these shelves went all the way to the ceiling. There was a couple of men who were tall enough to reach the top shelf without the ladder. A couple. One of them is 6, did he say 6? Yeah, 6'5.5" is what he told me in this story that I'm about to tell you. 6'5.5". Good looking. much younger than Sam Elliott, but picture Sam Elliott. You know what I'm saying? 6'5", gray hair, gray mustache. I mean, one handsome dog. And he's got that smooth southern voice, a deep voice. Oh my gosh. Well, all the girls just loved him. Love him still. And I'm on the ladder again, as I stated. And I'm pulling files. And I've got this list, right? And I'm trapped because I'm on a ladder. And he walks up to pull a file off the top shelf without a ladder. Please stand by. Now then. So he just reaches up and gently pulls the file from the top shelf. Now Mitzi is sitting at the desk right there. Come on, don't dig all her grass up. She's sitting at the desk right there, and she's hearing the conversation. And I said something about him reaching that top shelf without a ladder. And I said, how tall are you anyway? Because I'm on a, I'm on a ladder, and we're about the same height. I mean, we're about eye to eye. With me on a ladder and him standing on his flat feet. He says 6'5½". And this is where I come in and say things that I don't think about. And I said, innocently, I might add, I said, 6'5½"? Well, dang, you could give me 5.5 inches. Meaning, you know, and he would still be tall and I could be more of average height. My mind didn't go where his mind went. And he said, and I quote, in that deep, southern, sexy voice of his, I could give you more than that. Mitzi got up and left the room. Elvis has left the building. Mitzi has left the warrant room. She started turning red from her belly, I think. And that red shot all the way up her neck and to her face. And I was trapped on the ladder. I couldn't go anywhere. So I just stand there staring at him like, That's how I live my life. Just embarrassing myself without even, like, my mind was not there. It was not there. Never have I been more embarrassed or felt more awkward. And I could not run away. I could not run away. No, but Mitzi got up and left me, man. She was like, I'm done. I can't with you. And that happens so many times when we work together. Just so many times. I'm crying. My eyes are crying tears. Oh, Lord. But Mitzi knew me so well. And she knew how to read me. So she got to where she knew when stuff like this was coming. And she would just leave. Now then. And this was a long time ago, so we didn't have those silly harassment classes that they made us take, which I didn't think that was harassment anyway. I thought it was hilarious. I mean, that's just, working with all men, it never fazed me what they said. I never took anything wrong. You know what I'm saying? It was just fun. But we also had fun with the people that would come up to the window. We were on the first floor, fingerprinting was in the basement, and the magistrate court was on the third floor. And a lot of people came to go to magistrate court because that's where you would go to take out a warrant or to file for civil papers. You could go up there and get married on the weekends. They had the magistrate judge who would marry you. It was so funny because we had a sergeant, and the people would wander over to our window and say, "Where do we go to get a marriage license?" And the sergeant would say, "Right across the hall, you can get a pistol permit at the same location." But the people who walked up to the window, who just were so oblivious to everything, and we had a man walk up. It's going to embarrass me to even say this word, but he walked up to the window and he said, "Can you tell me how to get to the masturbation court?" And the woman working the counter, her name's Rhonda, and she could be so funny, so dry. And she turned around and she said, "Sarge, he needs to know how to get to the masturbation court," without even she didn't even break a smile. And the sergeant was like, "Third floor, buddy." And I was like, "Did you not hear what she just said? I'm back at my desk about to fall out of my chair from laughter. And they're up there acting like this is just a daily thing." Of course, after he walked off, Rhonda turned around and walked off so she could laugh. They would call it magistration, the masturbation, and magistrate. They was called all kinds of things, but that one topped it. How in the world did you get that so wrong? How? Why and how? Ugh. So this Hispanic person comes up to the window and he is trying to ask how to get to the magistrate court the best he can. And our sergeant said, "El Thirdo Floro." Just like that. Just as country, even though he's from Indiana. Just as country as could be. El Thirdo Floro. Me and Mitzi, yes. There again, we about fell out of our chair from laughter. And I was like, "El Thirdo Floro." And he was like, he understood me, didn't he? He turned around and got on the elevator. We had so much fun. We had so much fun working in that office. It was so busy. I mean, the warrants coming in every day. I mean, it was just crazy busy. It could be so stressful because the phone rings nonstop with people asking, "You got a warrant on me?" My favorite calls, though, not really, were the people who called and said, "What time does the dump open?" I don't know. Call the dump. How do you think the sheriff's office has this information? Were you over there by it? No, we're on the square uptown. We're not. The jail is by the dump. Seems like a logical place to put a jail, next to a dump, doesn't it? Anyway, it stinks there in the summer, let me tell you. My office was up on the hill, and I would have to walk down. I mean, I could have drove, but it's not that far. So I would come down these back stairs and through this back parking lot over to the jail. And I mean, literally, the dump is a football field away. Is the beginning of the dump. You're talking about smelling. Ugh, summers were bad up there on the hill because we could smell the dump from inside the building. It was quite horrid. Yes, it was horrid because it was a very old building and it didn't have good ventilation and stuff like that. So, anyway, I didn't mean to go down that road, but we had a lot of fun. I see a squirrel. You gonna go get it? You gonna go get it? Get the squirrel, baby. Get it. Get it, get it, get it, get it, get it. It was over there getting some water. You missed it. It went up the tree. You're a good girl, though. Yes, you are. You're a good girl with your little pigtails. Now then, here we are at the end of the day. Not really. I mean, it's like 2 o'clock. But I'm going to finish up this video, and then I'm going to get started on somebody's haircut. I've been cleaning and straightening up. I'm still gathering stuff to take to donate over at the place, the thrift thing, whatever it's called, across the street. So yeah, been cleaning out stuff and doing all the things. But one more quickie for the road. Don't we love another quickie for the road? This lady called and Mitzi answered the phone, and she said, I would like to know the square footage of my home. And Mitzi said, this is the sheriff's office. And she said, I am aware of who I'm calling. I just need the square footage of my home. And Mitzi said, how would we know the square footage of your home? And she said something like, well, you have all the records. Can you just give me the square footage of my home? And Mitzi was like, oh, okay, 12. The square footage of your home is 12. And the lady said, thank you. Was that so hard? And Mitzi said, not at all, and hung up. And I was like, does she know how big 12 square foot is? It's not that big. It's not that big. No, it's not, Penelope. It's really not that big. But yeah, people called the sheriff's office for everything. What time does the fair start? What time will the concert start at the fair? I don't know. How much is it to get in the fair? I don't know. Call the fairgrounds. The sheriff's office does not magically have all the answers, but I can tell you if I have a warrant for your arrest. Anyway, that's going to be it for this one. Remember, I love you. Jesus loves you. Hope he's coming back soon because people be crazy. And I will talk to you on the next Tracy Tries, which will be tomorrow since I post every day. Right? Right. Good Lord willing, and the creek don't rise. Okay, toodles, my noodles. Goodbye.